One thing African Americans need to remember, it is Ghana, which is the first country in the whole of Africa, the whole 54 states, which announced the 2019 year of return for Black Americans. But then turns out Black Americans are no more interested. Why is that? Why are they choosing Kenya over Ghana? And so that is the topic we are going to discuss today. Stay in touch, don't lose anything.
I don't think Ghana is for everybody.
Accra is more expensive than you expect for an African country. So
people treat you differently.
There is a lot of pros, a lot of cons. There is a lot of pros, a lot of cons. There is a lot of pros, a lot of cons.
So, good people, how are you doing today? Today I'm going to speak about a very nice topic, a very important topic that I think needs to be addressed. You see, many people are shying off from talking about this conversation because they are afraid of problems. If we are afraid of problems, then we are going to get ourselves into those problems. I'm talking about why African Americans are choosing not to move to Ghana, but they're choosing to move to Kenya. Yes, there is that shift. Of course, it is the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, who told African Americans they could come to Africa, specifically Ghana, and live there visa-free. The president even offered them land to live. But why are African Americans now not moving to Ghana, but they are moving to Kenya? Why Kenya? Why East Africa? Why Tanzania also? So we are here to address that question, why now African Americans are choosing to move to Kenya. Or rather East Africa. So I sampled these points. These points we are going to discuss the differences that exist between Ghana and the differences that exist in Kenya. And why do our brothers and sisters still choose Kenya? Yes. So first thing that you need to know, I'm going to break down these things into 8 points. We have the economic opportunities, we have education, we have cultural diversity, we have political stability, we have technology hub, we have adventure and wildlife. Yes, it's so important also. We have family or social connections. Then we have climate preferences. These are things that I collected after doing research and listening to quite a number of videos, and why these African Americans are leaving Africa, are leaving Ghana and moving to Kenya, or they're leaving directly from USA and moving to Kenya. Okay? And also one thing you need to remember is that the president of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, he issued visa-free, he promised visa-free for African Americans moving to Kenya. That is very nice. Actually, he said African diaspora does not have to be a black person in USA. It can be a black person in the Pacific, the black person in the Caribbean, the black person in Southern America, the black person in Europe, the black person everywhere around the world. He used the word African diaspora. This is so important that you understand, okay? First thing I discovered was that land issue. One thing about land in Ghana, you can never own land in Ghana. You can never own it completely. Land always belongs to the president, to the government, I'm sorry. You can own land up to 100 years or 99 years in Ghana. Imagine you have worked really hard to acquire your money, to buy land. The only person who will benefit from that land is you and maybe your children, but your grandchildren will not inherit the land. This is one main thing that is making African Americans not to go to Ghana. You see, this is a very big problem. Whereas in Kenya, land, once you buy land, it's yours forever. It's yours, it's yours. You see, somebody does not need to come to your place after 100 years are done. Somebody does not have to come and ask you, leave, we want the land back. No, there's no renting of land. Once you buy it, you buy it. But if you rent it, that's another case, that's different. You bought the land knowing that you're renting, not knowing that you're buying. That is one thing that African Americans are really pissed off about Ghana. They just want to have their own land, but they can't just find it. You see, that is the first piece of problem. So we want to go to the second one, which is economic opportunities. So I'll start with Kenya. You know, Kenya's economy has shown consistent growth and it has attracted foreign investment. The country of Kenya has financial services sector which is well developed, and it's often considered as the gateway to East Africa. Actually, one of the most developed countries in Africa is Kenya. Kenya is way more developed than Ghana, but Ghana's economy is stronger than that of Kenya because the Ghanaian cedi is very much stronger than the Kenyan money. In fact, today, the government issued, there was news today in Kenya that the dollar just hit 150 against the Kenya shillings. This means that Kenyan economy is growing weak. But look at the cedi. The cedi is really strong against the dollar. Actually, $1 US is equal to 10 cedis. But $1 US is equal to 150 shillings. 150 shillings. But in Ghana it's 10 cedis. You see, this tells us that Ghana's economy is strong. So I think here Ghana takes a point. Okay, I've not finished yet. Let's continue. Ghana. Ghana's economy has been growing steadily as well, with a focus on oil, mining and agriculture. We know cocoa in Ghana. However, the financial sector of Ghana may be considered less developed compared to Kenya. Okay, this is according to some reports and to some African Americans, but somehow I don't agree completely. I think in the economic opportunities, Ghana takes the trophy back home, because this one, Ghana's cedi is very much stronger than Kenyan shilling. This one Ghana takes home. You see? Now the next one would be education.
Currently, we are at a wonderful academy, a school that we are very much excited about, with hopes that our children will be able to be students and get their academic learning at this particular school. The school is called Aga Khan Academy.
Girls are excited. It's the most amazing school I've ever seen in my life. And it's major, it's mega. And their academic levels and the holistic way of approach to teaching. Please let our girls go.
So, for those of you who may be considering coming to Mombasa, and you have children and your concern is their education, there are many wonderful international schools. However, this particular one is one that we found that meets our needs.
One of the most developed countries in terms of education infrastructure is Kenya. Kenya has international schools. Kenya has international curriculum like the IGCSE and the GSCE. These are British curriculum. We have them here in Kenya. There are so plenty. I'm not doubting that they are in Ghana. Of course, they are in Ghana. But Kenya, it's prominent. Kenya has one of the best universities. You see, Nairobi University, Kenyatta University. These are one of the best universities we have in Kenya. We have in Africa. When you look at the top 10 universities in Africa, you will never find a Ghanaian university there. It's Kenya. Kenya is always there, you see. We have Kenya, Nairobi, which is of Kenya. We have one in Cape Town. We have one in where? We have one in Egypt. We have one in Morocco. These are one of the best countries with best universities and best education. So I think Kenya takes it home. Here is a point to note. Kenya places a strong emphasis on education. It has several prestigious universities like the University of Nairobi and Kenyatta University, along with international schools that offer world-class education. I'm not saying that Ghana does not have British curriculum. It has the British curriculum, but Kenya's education system is way more developed, way more developed. So how about Ghana? Ghana also has a commitment to education with universities like the University of Ghana and Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. However, it may have fewer international schools compared to Kenya. You see? Okay, thank you, bro. So Ghana has a number of international schools, but Kenya has many of these. So this makes Kenya a leading case. You see? One thing you need to know is African Americans are coming from the USA, Americas, of course. So the education system in USA is way more advanced than the ones we have in Africa. So if they're looking for a place where to educate their children, they'll try and find a place where education is better, even if it's not as competitive as the one in their country. It's better in terms of closeness. That is why they'll choose Kenya, you see? Trust me, this is one of the reasons. Another one, we have cultural diversity. So Kenya is incredibly diverse with over 40 ethnic groups, each with its traditions, languages, and customs. This diversity creates a rich cultural tapestry. Okay, diversity is, of course, it creates a spectrum of different cultures. And when African Americans are trying to trace their roots, it's important that they understand these cultures, they embrace these cultures, and they follow up with these cultures. This is way, way important for African Americans, because I believe they should understand each and everyone. So it's important that they live where there's many cultures. They're able to learn. According to that experiment, those DNA tests, we have T3 and those DNA sampling methods, you know, it's important because you'll find a singular person. One person has scattered DNA, maybe 80% Kenyan, 90% Ugandan, 30% Ghanaian. It's important to know this. So having a society with different cultures is going to make you feel at home as compared to Ghana. Ghana does not have different tribes like the ones we have in Kenya. Kenya has many tribes, 47 tribes. Those are very many tribes. So how about Ghana? Ghana is culturally diverse as well, with over 70 ethnic groups, like the Akan being the largest. You see, the country is known for its traditional festivals, such as the Ashanti Akwasidai. This is interesting. I think Ghana takes this on home. Cultural diversity, Ghana takes it home. Kenya comes close, but Ghana takes this home. This one I give Ghana. So let's move to number 4, political stability. West Africa has always had an issue, has always has had issues with coups. Coup here, coup there, coup everywhere. But in East Africa, we don't have those kind of coups. In East Africa, it's more of politically stable. This is one thing I love about my country, East Africa. You know, my region, East Africa, and my country, Kenya. So political stability in Kenya. While Kenya has faced political challenges, it has seen relative stability since the post-election violence in 2007 with peaceful transition of power. We might be having problems with elections, but we never have coups. Coups are very, very politically unstable compared to post-election violences. You see? We have Ghana. According to political stability, Ghana is often considered a stable democracy with peaceful transition of power and a reputation for political stability over the years. You see? However, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was taken out by a coup. You know, this is something that I find it not good. Anywhere there's political instability, there is a coup, there's an attempt of coup and everything. That region is never unstable, and this is a history that is prominent in West Africa. West Africa is always having coups. The coups just never end. I don't know why. The coups, they just never end. Do you want to go where coups never end in West Africa? If you see your neighbor fighting, if you see the house of your neighbor in fire and you're close to him, expect yours to be in fire soon. That's logical, right? So we have number 5, which is technology hub, Kenya. Nairobi is the capital of Kenya, which has emerged as a tech hub in Africa with numerous co-working spaces, tech incubators, and a growing community of tech professionals. According to the internet speed, African Americans have always stated this. Kenya has the best internet in Africa. Kenya has the best internet. Okay, let's not even put Africa. Let's put between Ghana and Kenya. Kenya has the best internet. Kenya, even if you go to Twitter, Kenyans are known in Twitter for arguing with those West African people, for arguing with the Ghanaians, arguing with the Nigerians. These fights just never end. This tells us one thing: our internet is very, very stable. Kenya has all the offices of the international companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, Google. All these, you can find them here in Kenya. In Ghana, I doubt if you can find all of these, but in Kenya, you can find them. Okay, according to technology in Ghana, Ghana also has a budding tech scene, particularly in Accra, with initiatives like the Ghana Tech Lab and a growing number of startups, although it may not be as prominent as Nairobi. In technology, Nairobi takes it because Nairobi is fast growing, guys. Nairobi is fast growing. It's a privilege. We've had good presidents who have tried and made sure that Africans in Kenya, we are developed, we are growing technology-wise. So in technology, Kenya takes it, and this is one reason African Americans are choosing Kenya over Ghana. So we have adventures and wildlife. This is for those people who like partying and traveling and all that. You see? So, in Kenya is renowned for its safari destination like the Masai Mara, where you can witness the annual wild beast migration, and the Amboseli National Park, known for its elephants and views of Mount Kilimanjaro. Kenya has the best sceneries in the world. You see? How about Ghana? Ghana offers a wildlife experience in places like Mole National Park and Kakum National Park, though it may not match the scale and variety of Kenya's safari destination. This is one reason African Americans are choosing Kenya over Ghana. But you know what number one is? Number one is a land issue. Even if I was a black American myself, I would think of land issue as a very, very big problem. I would think of land issue as the deal breaker. So number 7, we have family or social connections. Personal or in Kenya, personal or family connection can be a significant factor in the decision to move to Kenya, you see, as they can provide support networks and familiarity with the local environment. Kenyan people are very friendly. This one, I think Kenya and Ghana will tie because Ghanaian people are so friendly. I watch them, I like them. These people are so friendly. Ghana is similar to Kenya. Personal or family ties in Ghana can influence the decision to move, creating a sense of belonging and community. Either of these countries, when you come, you always feel welcome. You don't feel like a ghost. You don't feel left out. You don't feel like an alien. You're always part of the family. And this is a characteristic of the whole of Africa. So according to this family and connection, I think both Ghana and Kenya take it home. Now we have another big one, which is also the last one. We have climate preferences. Kenya's diverse geography offers a wide range of climates, from the temperate highlands of Nairobi to the hot and humid coastal areas in Mombasa. I told you guys, Mombasa is warm, really warm. Ghana's climate is predominantly tropical, characterized by high temperatures and humidity, with less variation in temperature throughout the year compared to Kenya. So Ghana is hot. Anywhere you hear the word tropical, that is a hot place. It's really hot, guys. Ghana is hot, but Nairobi is cooler. Kenya is cooler. However, if you move towards the coast, it's hot also because of the ocean. That's one thing that you should also consider. And so, that's it. That is my sampling, and I think from this sampling, you can be able to decide for yourself which country you want to move to or which country you want to spend the rest of your life in. I've given you choices and we will still discuss. Kindly do subscribe to the channel. It really helps me bring you more videos which are helpful to you. See you in the next video and subscribe kindly.